Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Live. Sorry if the music blew your ears off. I don't know why it did that. How is everybody doing? Tiki, second. Grey Wolf. Thank you for stopping by. Mohammed, nice to see you, buddy. I'm just getting everything set up still. Swindler. All right, buddy. Oh, nice, Tiki. Every week, the WoW pool still tempts me. But I already know it's a really, really bad idea. And I'm 99% sure my computer could not hack streaming WoW. Furious Boss, greetings. What's the time? 1:45. Let's burn a little bit of energy so that we're not capped. I did finish the fusion. I am currently determining what to do about it. I didn't have to do the, is it the chase? Or summon rush or whatever's on. H2K, welcome, buddy. Because I was tempted to just rip all the remnant summons that I've got saved up. But yeah, I haven't needed to do the chase at all. So part of me is thinking, if I was to pull the fusion, would I pull all the remnants and go up to like the legendary book or something? But I'm a little bit unsure. But anyway, what I thought we would do for the first half of, well, before reset, is jump into the optimizer, which has obviously had its latest update. And it could well be that I'm just proper stupid, but there's a couple of things that I really cannot work out. Ah, interesting second. We'll jump over to it in a second, see what we can do. One of the devs is in the chat, so he might be able to shout at me and tell me I've got it all wrong. How fast I make my Fabian with 600 accuracy? Not fast enough. No matter what gear I put on Fabian, he's never fast enough. Mine's below 400. I know a lot of people like to run him above. But I'm running just shy of 370. But he is in supersonic, so it does mean that I get the cut in if I'm lucky. But yeah, hopefully I've set this all up right, and if I press this magic button, yeah, we can see the optimizer. I can't see the optimizer, but you guys can see the optimizer. Yeah, now I can see the optimizer. Steve, greetings. Right, what have we got? So, the new wonderful thing that I have been smashing my head against for the last couple of days is the armory. Now, you guys are probably going to have to help me with this tonight, because I'm a little bit stuck on some filters that I've put on. Now, for argument's sake, I have been messing with cursed set. Just because I know my cursed gear inside out and I kind of know what's there, what I would sell, what I wouldn't sell. But when it comes to my filters, let's say I've done some setup. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, you can. At H2K, I don't know if there's any priority on conditions. So if one condition is written above another one, does that one overwrite it or kind of take precedent over it? Because I wanted to do, I was explaining this to Second off stream. Let's say I want to sell all weapons that have fewer than 2 of the 4 substats that I've selected. But I happen to have a weapon that only has 1 of the substats, but it's a triple or a quad speed. I couldn't quite work out how to make the optimizer skip that and just go on to the other conditions that I've set up. Sorry if I've explained that really badly. It doesn't even make much sense to me. But yeah, I was wondering if there's like a priority system to the sell rules. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. So I had to create a second rule where I said it sells weapons that have lower than 10 speed or something like that. And then that way when I went over... So if I turn this off, if I turn my minimum speed off, and then I go and find Cursed and click on auto sell, it wants to sell certain things. Now it's not. Yesterday it was highlighting this one. Or this one. But yeah, definitely some teething that I have to work out. If I get unequipped, that makes life a little bit easier. But for some reason yesterday, it also wanted to sell this, even when I changed the rules. So we'll just have to keep playing around with it, work out what is going on. And whether that rule changes anything. No, maybe it's working for me today. Maybe it was a little... Ah, that is a good point. I don't know why my mouse isn't showing. I've borrowed my girlfriend's computer, so it's not quite the same as mine. But the bit that I was looking at, I'm still wiggling the mouse. Right in the middle of the screen, the top weapon with the triple speed. When I set my filter to keep things that had 3 of the 4 conditions, it was still trying to delete the triple speed. If that makes any sense. I don't know why my cursor's not showing. I will have to fix that for next stream. Because I just want to create a one-click template where I can just at least highlight all of the gear on my account that doesn't meet the standards that I've put into the cell filters. But I really, really like the copy to slot feature and the copy to set feature. That's so cool because I thought I was going to have to write it out for every single one of the sets. And there are 64 of the little bastards. That's a lot of sets. All right, Lava, welcome. So I might be able to copy that now to all top row slots. And then I will set bottom row slots and then basically copy them over. But it's awesome. I've just never used RSL Helper before, so I guess to some people that have used it, this will probably make a lot more sense. But for me, this is hieroglyphics and I kind of love it. But before we go too deep into that, there is a champion I want to rebuild because this champion is just my new favorite thing ever. Building in regen. Also, H2K, the being on a Mac, optimizing using CPU is crazy fast. Like less than a second every single time. Like crazy, crazy fast. The Hell Hades one used to take like 10 minutes minimum. But I know my screen is covering it, but it currently says computed in 397 milliseconds. That is wild. That is wild. Alright, let's get rid of the Mercurial because we don't want to waste that. We definitely don't want to waste that. That just might do. Man, I think I need a third screen, guys. This is nightmare. Hello to Miss Ori. Glad to have you here. It does sound like misery. But I've never been, so I can't say nothing. Before I get in trouble with my American audience, less than 10 minutes into the stream, it would be a good start. So, hold on. Yes, I will. Second, hold on. I'm just freaking my computer out at the moment. Let's find the optimizer. Right, good, we're back. So I currently deleted all of my rules because I just wanted to start again. And I thought I would start on cursed. So I set my... Wait, you can see it all. Yeah, so I've set my minimum speed to 10. So it will automatically flag to delete anything with less than 10 speed. And then on my substat match, which I've got here, if it doesn't have 2 or more out of those 4 stats, I've marked it to delete as well. Now, I probably won't copy this to every single set, but thinking purely for cursed set in regards to Hydra, I think that would probably be just about enough for top row gear anyway. I am Mohammed. I think tomorrow I'm going to release my video about the team presets. I recorded a video and then I changed my mind and I've done loads of new stuff in it since. So there'll be a team preset video. Basically how I make my life really lazy and easy in Raid, which is good. And then once I've nailed this cell filters, I will definitely do a video on this as well. I will check for you, H2K. It didn't appear to be a little while ago. One thing I would ask is when it comes back to the artifact screen, if it could stay collapsed and bring up cursed or whatever the previous set was, that would be awesome. So now it's just marking this one, which I find weird because that technically has more than 10 speed. I'm guessing that's because it doesn't contain 2 of the stats that I've selected. So it's like one rule is like overwriting the other, maybe? Yeah. That's why I asked at the beginning if there was any weight to the order that you set the rules in. So if you could use one rule to kind of override another rule, perhaps. But there'll be a workaround. I'll just make 2 sets of rules for every item, because you can just copy them. Raid asshole legends. Facts. But we love it. We just love it. We can't get enough. Rule 1 or Rule 2. Okay. Then I'll probably have to rethink how I do the rules. But I think it was you that I was speaking to where I said I was going to create like a gentle gear cleanse rule, a sort of medium one, and then a really, really strict one. I do like being extra with new toys. You've got to understand, as a Mac user, I've never had any kind of control over RAID without directly being in RAID. So now having like a gear filter is just beautiful. And if I stop releasing videos for a week, it's because I'm going to be nuts deep in this until I work it out. Oh yeah, so I probably wouldn't actually get the optimizer to sell it for me. But what I do really like is anything flagged for deletion is going to be something that I can check myself. So I can have it show me anything that's flagged to sell. And if I click on it, we've obviously got the little bits at the bottom here. So would I sell directly from this? Only once I trust my filters. But it's actually another thing that's really nice is I can just click any bit of gear and I can just sell it individually. But yeah, like H2 said, you don't have to sell through the app. But it's worlds apart from what I've had to do previously. But we will get there. We will definitely get there. It's also nice for gear cleansing in general, even if you don't use the filters, because you can actually see all of your stats at once rather than clicking on everything and trying to remember. But if I can make a one button clicks everything that I would flag to sell, that would be good. One thing that did make me laugh is, let's say I wanted to roll all of my unequipped artifacts that haven't been rolled yet. This is crazy. And I select all of them and I want to upgrade them. So that is 1,251 artifacts. To upgrade them to 4, that's going to cost me 15 million silver. To upgrade them to 16, 2.75 billion silver. That is just the end of my silver and some. But the auto roll is going to be amazing. I'm going to give that a go next CVC. Just must remember to clear things before I click things. Yeah, H2, I might set up a little something in my Discord as well, so if anyone's got any suggestions, I can just copy them over from my Discord to yours. Just if anyone's got any kind of ad hoc stuff going on. But let's get Searsha equipped. She should now be equipped in-game. We'll come back to her. Bryson, greetings. Yeah, Tiki, I was wondering about that as well. If there's any way of... yeah, team filters. Because I've been doing an account takeover. And I've made this guy so many team presets. I've done loads of really cool stuff in here for his account. And I wish there was a way that I could send it to him. So that when he loads it up on his optimizer, it's all the same as how I set it up. I don't know if there's a way to just export everything you've done. So I think we can export in the filters. Yeah, we can share and import. Same, Bryson. I'm still just kind of working it out. I guess it's only been out for a day. Oh, Mike Johnson, 100%. But I've already been through my accessories. So I probably would roll them all to level 4, because that might help me then go and do another cleanse and see what I want to do. Ah, nice H2. Well, yeah, objective. I was thinking about this earlier today, and this makes me so happy because it might just mean, and I know that anyone that knows me is just going to roll their eyes, Ice Golem is officially the best dungeon in the game. Fuck Dragon. Screw the Fire Knight. Forget Spider. It is all about Ice Golem. If I just quickly jump back over to raid, let me make sure I've got that wrong before I sound like a complete dickhead and realise that Provoke is not actually from Ice Golem. It is from Ice Golem, thank God for that. Oh, I nearly just shot myself in the damn face. But yeah, knowing now a little bit more about the filters, I think I might spread some of my rules across multiple filters. I don't know yet. I'll see. But like with any system, I guess the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So like I said in my first video about the optimizer, it is worth spending a day, 2 days or whatever, just kind of setting it up and making it right. Yeah, I've kind of really gone off mobile raid recently. Mainly because I keep, like, let's say you want to brew a champion, I keep clicking all instead of like 1 or 2. And when you're kind of on one with your thumbs and trying to get it done, it gets a little bit accidental and a little bit expensive. Mike Johnson, I do. When I know I'm shitting on the Fire Knight and other dungeons, the other dungeons are very, very important, especially Fire Knight. But I've always just had this little hunch that the Ice Golem nets the more interesting sets as options. But you can't go wrong with regen from Fire Knight. That is good stuff. Yeah, I get it, Lava. Sometimes it's the only way I can play. I did have an iPad, but I basically killed it by playing Raid on it for 3 years. So now the battery lasts probably about 6 minutes. Update this. And I will make sure when I do the recording for this optimizer, I'll make sure you guys can see my mouse. Because I don't know why you can't see it at the moment. But I'm not going to lie, I'm still kind of disappointed that I didn't get to pull my remnants. So maybe my willpower will just fall off by the end of this stream. And we can get lucky or get absolutely miserable. One or the other. There's no reason to pull them. It's just that I hyped myself up to pull them for about a week and a half. And when I didn't need to, I ended up a little bit disappointed. So that is my kind of warning. Let's jump back over to Raid. Yeah, 31. We're so close. We are so close, but also it feels like very, very far away. Oh yeah, my mouse isn't showing up in this either. Very strange. What we are going to have to do is live arena once it resets, because I haven't done any live arena since last week. When it comes to gear and artifacts, does it need to have speed substat? I've been thinking about this. And I think there's a very good argument for yes. I really, really feel like there's a good argument for yes. But, you know, if I've got a bit of gear with triple crit rate on it and it hasn't got speed, I'm still going to keep that. So a bit like they do in the optimizer, I kind of add weight to what I think certain stats are and what certain bits of gear actually need. And to me, it does pretty much come down to speed and crit rate. So if I've got a bit of gear that doesn't have speed or crit rate on it, they don't need to be there together. But if it doesn't contain at least one of those, I don't really see a reason to keep it. Because there's no point in having accuracy if you don't have speed. There is a pretty strong argument for not needing crit rate if you don't have speed, but I still value crit rate pretty high. For an accessory, for a banner, I'm pretty much deleting any banner that doesn't have speed. Just because I've got so many. Speed is just universal. I think every single set in the game will benefit from speed in some way, shape, or form. Not every set will benefit from crit rate. So I still hold speed as number 1, but probably now crit rate number 2. What have we got now? We can burn 20 energy, that's fine. Yeah, that's true, Tiki. Titus kind of throws a bit of a curveball in what you keep. Just like for a lot of players, I guess, that have got Joan, then suddenly you're keeping bits of gear with attack percent and resistance, which before Joan wouldn't have even been a consideration. It would have been an instant delete. And that is why making bloody gear cleansing videos is so difficult, because there is an exception to literally every single rule. And yeah, not only that, not just an exception to the rule, an exception per account. Ah, it's a shame that's not 6-star. I would have kept that. But Mohammed, it's very account level dependent. I don't really value rank and rarity when it comes to gear. I value quality of substats. But now my account is where it is and my gear overflows sometimes. I'm now considering like taking rank into the equation as well. But some of my best builds have got like rare gear on them, and some of them have got 5 stars on them. It's just kind of whatever lines up, whatever works, whatever it takes to make the champ work. I probably wouldn't go deleting 5-star Mercurial at the moment, and I still keep 5-star Merciless. Is what I'd really like to do, and I don't know if maybe future optimizer will be able to do this, is I really want to build all of my epics in 5-star gear so that I can keep 6-star gear for my legendaries. I think that could be kind of fun. And yeah, Tiki, Death Dealer. Oh, don't sell your 5 stars H2. Death Dealer does also change that variable as well. Because when I got it, suddenly I wish I'd kept some of that gear that didn't have crit rate on it. One thing I have got, I'm sure I did a video on this quite recently, is when I went through the gear selling filters. I'm probably still going to use that for now, just in case I need to do anything when I'm not at my computer, but I think the optimizer rules will eventually replace what I've done in here. Filter out the substat from that particular set. I mean, it's a good way of doing it. If I feel like I also did a video on that recently. I think it was one of my really long ones where I went through the best stats for every single set. I did make a playlist on my YouTube channel now. Ah, Mike Johnson. That's what I did. That exact set, that exact video. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up on my phone just to make sure that I got this right. I don't want to click too many things on the stream in case I freak it out. My computer is delicate. Yeah, so I released it about 4 weeks ago. And I don't know how close I can get that. It's that one in the middle there, that let's talk about gear sets, the best stats for every set. So it's about 4 weeks ago. It is about 51 minutes long or something like that. But that goes through what I would put on every set in an ideal world. But it's the one with all the raid girls sitting on the sofa. It's worth checking out. It's a long video. It's very repetitive, but it will be helpful for determining what goes with what, I think. It goes good. How are you, Tyler? It's been a little while. Yeah, master rule section. I'd like that. That is true. So what I have done, Mohammed, you're so right, is I made a playlist that's got all of the long form videos in it. There's only 4 in there at the moment. Oh, hopefully you guys can see that. So there is a playlist now, so you can just get all of them easily. How do I feel about the Mercurial nerf? I once again think they've gone about it in the wrong way. And I think it's a step in the right direction, but there's other mechanics I would have probably considered first. And for me, the one that I've always found completely disappointing is that Mercurial doesn't lose a stack, or Total Guard doesn't lose a stack at the attempt to place a debuff that doesn't hit. Now, as someone that uses, let's say you're using, what's his name? Is it Odin? Odin's A2 obviously fires out at the enemy and attempts to put a stun on them plus a strip. I've always found it weird that that doesn't remove 1 stack of Total Guard. In my head, it should. The same with Nell when her passive places a poison. I've always thought that that itself should remove a stack. Then they wouldn't need to start adding funky mechanics in to fix it. But yes, I am a little bit happy because of Garrel, but I still don't think it's the fix that they think it is. There are pros to making Provoke the new way of breaking through Mercurial, but in doing so, let's think of someone like Morley. So Morley places a Provoke with her A2 and it's not a hit. So how is that any different to Odin or Nell doing their skill, yet Provoke is going to go through and the other ones won't? So I don't think it's overly the fix they think it is. And my only solution to how to fix Mercurial is now just hindsight, and it would have been to put Mercurial and Deflection set as rewards for going through Grim Forest. So it would have spread the load out for the players. Not everyone would have ended up with 9 pieces in the first rotation. It would offer 1 set and a counter to that set and vice versa. I think they kind of messed up by just making it 1 set, 1 sort of all-powerful set to rule them all. And now what they've got to do is they've got to backpedal in order to make attempts to fix it. Whereas what they should have just done is give us the set and the counter to that set, spread the load, spread the timeout, make lots of champions less OP or less players OP, and then they wouldn't have had to go back and nerf it. So I don't know how I feel about the Mercurial nerf. I think it's a step in the wrong direction. I agree. It would be nice if it was separated to PvE, PvP. When they did that podcast, I only watched about 10 minutes of it, but when they did the podcast talking about the upcoming change before it was actually announced, when they said that a lot of champions have this skill and it's going to be able to break Mercurial, I almost wondered if it might be turn meter reduction. And I still think turn meter reduction would be better. But in doing so, they would have put Valkyrie to the top of the meta, hence why she's on the thumbnail. So, like with a lot of decisions they make in Raid, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot and they power creep themselves. So, I don't know what the answer is, and knowing Plarium, what they're going to do is they're just going to release a new set. That's what they've done every single time. Yeah, it would break the Temporal Chains blessing big time. Big time. Mike Johnson, I'm going to be honest here. I haven't even looked at the... Is it the Proving Grounds, I think they called it? I haven't even looked. I haven't watched any CC videos about it. I literally don't know what it is. All I've seen are the little previews of the relics that they're going to give out. And I really like the relics. I think the relics are a very good step in the right direction. Ah, Not Jab Hood Gaming, welcome, and I'm glad they help. I do aim to help where I can, when I'm not sitting here just ranting about Mercurial. But yeah, I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time tomorrow looking at the Proving Grounds. Like we just saw there with Odin, his A2 should remove a stack. When Nell's on the team, her passive should remove a stack. It's weird. Maybe if they introduce more counters to Mercurial. That's exactly what I think too, Mike. If only one type of player or one type of champion is going to start doing all the heavy lifting, then once again, Arena is going to favor those that have those specific champions. One thing that people could consider, but again, this is not exactly free-to-play friendly, you have got the option of buying Morley, and I would 100% recommend buying Morley because she's so good for Hydra. One of the few champions in the game that can place Provoke on 2 turns instead of 1. But like you say, it's just going to widen the gap. It's basically Stone Skin all over again. So I hope with whatever content basically eventually replaces Grim Forest, if they decide to use PvE to get PvP equipment, that they introduce a set and a counter at the same time. That's the only way to make it fair for all levels of account. Have we done Grim Forest? We have. Good. Haven't done Cursed City. I don't think any of these champions are even geared. Yeah, Lava, that was another option to take away the refreshing of the stack. RJP, yes, Lydia can block Amius's revive. Any rotation where you get to use Lydia, it makes the whole thing a lot easier because you can kill him in his second form. Yeah, Paidman's got no gear on. And for the same reason, Lydia is very good against the Frost Spider boss. So you don't need to worry about burning him if you've got Lydia on the team, because her passive will prevent him from reviving even if he's not got burn. Yeah, pretty much. What amazes me when I look at some of the sort of more arena-focused YouTubers, someone like Croyson or someone like that, it's just the sheer amounts of stats they are getting on some of their Mercurial builds. It actually blows my mind. But I guess it all comes down to luck of the draw. We don't really have any direct control over what the stats roll. Okay, let's get these down. We've got 35 minutes till reset, then we can get into some arena. Although I am wondering if I can actually catch up this season now that I've basically just ignored it for 2 weeks. I think worst case scenario, I'll go up to, is it 995 points for the legendary mats? And if I'm feeling brave, we'll push up to the big reward. I think it's still doable, yeah. I'm just lazy. I'm working on a couple of account takeovers at the moment, so they're kind of taking up the main bit of my time. Lewisian, I don't know. Again, I'm such a terrible raid content creator because I don't keep up to date with any of the news, which is just it's dumb. I appreciate it's kind of dumb, but it wasn't the collab I thought we were going to get, but it could have the potential to be really cool. I really liked Alice in Wonderland, or whatever they called it, Alice's Adventure. And Wizard of Oz has got some very cool characters in it, and some pretty interesting fantasy kind of lore attached to it. Very... I don't really know how else to say it, other than Alice in Wonderland is basically a metaphor for getting high. And you could basically say that Wizard of Oz is also a metaphor for getting high. So it could potentially be really interesting. I'd like to see what they actually bring with it. I'm definitely not the best content creator. I suck. I never keep up to date with any news. Is Slayer Forge Pass worth it? I think it's probably the second best Forge Pass. I think the best is Bolster. Is it Bolster? The shield set that's got the built-in regeneration. That's got to be the best. But Slayer set is very, very, very strong. If you are planning on getting Marius in an absolutely disgusting build, then you can't really go wrong with Slayer for PvE. I've got quite a few champions in Slayer now. I might even have an epic or two in Slayer. I haven't bought it this time round because I'm really trying to save money because I need a new computer. But a really good candidate is someone like Arix. Everything she does is AoE. Marius is just incredible in Slayer. You did, Lava. You mentioned Wizard of Oz. So maybe your secret playarium. If so, please email me back about my promo link. Damarishka, welcome. Very welcome to you. Alright, can we do some of these more boring kind of Cursed City stages? We could always do the fun ones after reset. Mohammed, that's such a good shout. I think more than the collab and the champions, because I don't need new champions. I've got a ridiculous account and that's awesome. What I am looking forward to is perhaps a little bit more relic variety. And also moving forward, once the Wizard of Oz event has finished, They might do what they keep doing with stuff like Chaos Awakes, and they occasionally reintroduce the events so that you can get Chaos Awakes materials for relics. I think stuff like that interests me more than the concept of new champions. But I guess at least we didn't get Teletubbies, right? We got something arguably a little bit more hip and trendy instead. But did I actually think they were going to do Wizard of Oz? Nope. I think so, John. In fact, I think they said they were going to make changes in September for Mercurial. Okay. That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, me too. I think it's time to introduce another enemy max HP champ. I guess now we've got the option to get Newt, courtesy of the new old fusion system. And I'm still Team Newt. I still think every account should have a Newt, regardless of their level. But to bring in an alternate max HP would be so cool. Even if they went down the double hit path rather than a triple hitter like Marius and Newt, I think that would be really good idea. Just keeps it more flexible for more players as well. Yeah, Kakara, I will do that as soon as I finish this run. So P18, P21. Good old failure. Oh, he's got no gear on him. I agree. I'd quite like to see them add IP collab fusions into the new old system. I would really like that, because there's no point in punishing players that weren't playing at the time. That doesn't really benefit anyone in the community, or it doesn't benefit Raid either. Okay, P18 and P21. Brain, is that 18? No, that's 16. Okay, 21 I haven't done yet, but yeah, I would be looking at Magnar as my damage dealer, or Archmage Helmet in good damage gear would be a good shout for that. You've also got the option of Husk. He's very strong, and Allure for any kind of control. Well, yeah, Tiki, that's the problem. They only buy the rights for a little while. Mike Johnson, I would totally be okay with a Willy Wonka collab. It would actually tie in better than a lot of the other ones. What was the other one we asked about? So P18 and 21. That's 21. That's 18. Yeah, for me, it was probably, yeah, Deliana and Hagaba got me through that. Obviously, I've got Taras in there. But the Painkeepers are really strong. I always recommend everyone have 2 Painkeepers on their account. They don't have to be level 60. You can get away with level 50. But hold on, let me drag that across so you can see what I was kind of working with there. Yep, Objective Observer. That is so true. Now that we have pretty much migrated to hard mode dungeons, more guaranteed freezes would be very helpful. It sometimes stops me doing takeovers when someone says, can you build me a Fire Knight hard team? Unfortunately, if you don't have the certain freeze champions, you're kind of cooked. But yeah, being able to get Donatello again would be amazing for a lot of accounts. I do need to do this, but I've been putting it off because I tried it once and I got absolutely nuked. Maybe try that after reset. Still got a while. Yeah, Yakal is a good option. But I think the problem with Yakal is I just wouldn't invest in him outside of using him for Fire Knight. And that's quite the investment. So I never ended up booking mine. So that's 12 books is a lot of books for a champion that you're basically just using the A1. I still think the best bang for buck in Fire Knight in hard is probably Neldor. I know people like Creodan, but I think Neldor's passive gives him the edge because if you're running another freezer, it just gives you that extra chance of doing his. CC in Doom Tower, perhaps, yeah. I'd actually really like to see a new stage of Doom Tower. Like, so we've got normal and hard. I'd really like to see brutal. And it can be all of the bosses we know and love, but with extra effects, a bit like they did with dungeons and hard mode dungeons, as well as faction wars and hard mode faction wars. I'd really like to see that. I wouldn't mind if they rehashed old content to do that. And if they added a new set of rewards, maybe some new fusible champions. They don't have to be 10 out of 10 A+ tier god stuff, but it would be nice to just have a little bit more option. In fact, I'd rather they revamped Doom Tower and made it really difficult than released any kind of new content. Sometimes you've got to go back to go forward, and I think that would be a good way of doing it. Or maybe even add a gear set. You know what they're like. Maybe it could have relic materials. Doom Tower relics could be kind of fun. Souls for the champions from Doom Tower. That's a good shout, actually. But I do think brutal Doom Tower could be good fun. And as long as they make it hard. Because Grim Forest on hard, for a lot of established accounts, is nowhere close to being hard. Mainly because of the trait cards. Also, it would give people a reason to do Doom Tower area bonuses. So it gets people back into live arena, it refreshes more parts of the game in one hit. There's plenty of ways they can up the overall engagement and enjoyment. Yeah, the Bommel is just a nightmare. He really is a sucky boss. Once you've got a means of doing it, you don't even think about it. But he is a painful boss. Exactly, Lava. It wasn't exactly hard to get Grim Forest on rotation. And as a result, they've given us the most powerful gear set in the game for PvP. I don't know how anyone that approves things didn't go, wait, guys, I can see something potentially going wrong here. Yeah, a bit of a whiff, I think. Because there's got to be people at Plarium that actually love the game, I would hope. Or maybe there aren't. Maybe they just throw it out and go, yeah. Throw the darts at the wall, see what sticks. Okay, we getting another turn? No, apparently not. Thank you. I think there's a bit of truth in that. This is why I'm convinced I'm never going to be on the Plarium content creator program. The second they give me someone's email address to talk to, it's game over. We got 5 for how long until that? Yeah, we're fine. I think they probably do. I just think... I mean, I don't know what it's like to be part of Plarium, and I don't know how long things go out to the CCs for beta. It might be a week, it might be a couple of days. I really don't know. But sometimes things get released and you can't help but think, did nobody test this? Did nobody check to see if this was actually a good idea? It'll be 3,817. Let's take the Crutraxa. Also, guys, if I leave you for 5 minutes during the stream, I've got a craving. I really want to make apple pie, and I've got one. It just needs cooking, and I'm resisting the urge to cook it at the moment. But I don't think the willpower is going to hold out that much longer. Exactly, Mohammed. That's what I've got. It's all over there. It's ready to go. I'm just resisting because I'll eat the whole damn thing. James Clark, that's a very valid point. It's a very, very valid point. But unfortunately, if you are the creator of something, then you need to be willing to accept that other people are going to have different opinions about it. It's a lesson that I learned the hard way when I first started making raid videos. The people were not shy to tell me that I'd got something wrong, or I was an idiot, or a plethora of random shit people said to me. And I think the first time it happened, it really, really annoyed me. And then afterwards I thought, you know what? Nah, let's just... Well, you got two options, haven't you? You can either ignore them, or you can just take what they say and take it on board and make the changes. Like, nothing is immune to criticism. And yes, I think the fact that Plarium was sold is going to have an effect in that, like, no doubt about it. And yeah, this arena team it's just easy farming. It can lose. There are certain champions it's very weak against. It doesn't like Galathir. Wukong can end this team in an instant as well. But yeah, I mean, the apple crumble is at the top of my mind right now. So if I start messing up my sentences or I start getting philosophical, it's just because I'm hungry. And as long as we don't turn hunger into hanger, I think we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Right, what do we have to do? We'll save Clan Boss 2 after the reset. We've got energy refills, all of the goodies. Yeah, we'll just keep hammering classic until it is time. What the hell is a mocha brownie blizzard? That sounds awesome. That actually sounds... In my mind, I've got a milkshake that's pretending it's a coffee. And I can get down with that. Lava, I did do some reading about this when I was doing a bit of research for a video. I don't think they changed a lot of the team, but the company definitely changed hands. It was more of an ownership switch than it was a big overhaul. Coffee ice cream with chocolate chips and brownie pieces with chocolate fudge. Alright, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Because I know I have a lot of Americans in, and you lot are just horrified by the things we eat in the UK. These are banging. I don't know what the American equivalent is, or if you even have them, or if you're too weak to take it, but you've got to get your hands on those. They are banging. You cannot go wrong with ginger nuts. How fast is the Odin? I would need to check. Oh, hobnobs. Hobnobs are serious. Odin is running at 317 at the moment. I built him much more for control rather than using him as damage. A gingerbread cookie. Yeah, it probably is something similar to that. I don't even know what they're made out of, but they're awesome. It's just like a little biscuit. But they're good. They just stick your mouth together so you can't talk if you're eating them. Yeah, he's got a lot of accuracy. I mainly bring him for the A2. The masses of accuracy can be a problem when it comes to the A1. Sometimes you'll put Berserk on someone just before they take a turn, and that has ruined me many a time. But he's kind of my best option for a very fast speed lead, so that I can get through... just get through classic arena farming without it being a pain in the ass. What is a hobnob? It's like it's like a biscuit. It's bigger than these. It's made out of like oats and stuff. And half of it is covered in chocolate. They're really good. A goblin's knob. It's not a goblin's knob. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like a biscuit made of oats rather than biscuit, whatever biscuit's made of. but they're absolutely awesome to dip in coffee because they're quite dry. Goblin D's. Oh, I've now got crumbs everywhere. A hobgoblin's knob. They're just so good. They really are good. Right, what we got? We've got 10 minutes to kill. And then we will play catch up in the arena. Because I have been slipping. We can put our champs in the right gear. That always helps. Also, I know I mentioned it last stream, but I'm very much coming around to Kurosa. I'm really starting to enjoy this champion. You can go like that. Okay, Marius is ready. But yeah, she's definitely growing on me. I don't like the fact that her boobs have eyes on them, because I feel like they're looking at me all the time, and that's a bit weird. And it does look like someone accidentally copy pasted her helmet onto itself a few times. But she's very, very, very cool. Lewisian, I think it's going to depend on what you're struggling with in CC. I can't remember what the requirement is. Is it that you have to beat Amius on hard? Bro, her eyes are everywhere. It's like, that is an absolutely terrifying champion. She got eyes on her head. Whoa, hello. She got eyes on her chest. She got eyes on her boobs. That boob's got two. No, they both got two eyes. She's very peculiar, man. Amius on hard. Let's think. Depending on what you're capable of building, I probably wouldn't fuss too much about HP, attack, and defense, because you can kind of make that up with your Great Hall bonuses, the affinity ones. But I found speed to be very, very helpful in Curse City, because I think Amius runs at 250 on hard. And the thing that I found helps with Amius more than anything else in that fight is having awakened champions. Because you will do more damage and receive less damage, like relative to the amount of awakening stars that you've got. So you will, for that reason, find that some rotations are slightly easier than others. But if I had to prioritize stats, I would probably consider something like speed. And I think accuracy is very important, because I think, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, I think you need 450 accuracy to place debuffs on Amius. So you've got to get 250 speed, 450 accuracy, a whole bunch of other stats as well. So I probably would focus speed and accuracy. They're going to help you across all of Cursed City. That would probably be my guess. H2, thank you for joining, buddy. I will send any suggestions and questions over into the Discord. Exactly, James Clark. It's what we all fall for. She's more II than Lady Annabelle. Take care, dude. I feel like Raid are getting a little bit more saucy with their champion models lately. Like, nothing needs to be said about Mavara. And then there was Talena. Like, they know what they're doing. So the real test is what Dorothy's going to look like, isn't it? Like, what version of Dorothy do they go with, and how bad is it going to be? How fast should you get your Wixwell? If you're trying to make that Infinity style team, having your Wixwell at the similar sort of speed as the other champions on the team tends to help. I would definitely be aiming beyond 200 where possible. In my, I don't use it anymore, but in my Chimera team, my Wixwell one, I've got them, I think it's this one. So I've got Wixwell at 305, Lydia at 306, Oella 315, Krisk is running a bit slow. But yeah, if everyone except for your damage dealer can sit in the same sort of 15, 20 sort of speed range, it really, really helps. And yeah, Mavara is incredible. She is absolutely... like, what a kit. That's why when they announced her, I said literally everyone needs to do this fusion. Yeah, I would like to see a Duchess buff as well. I love Duchess. I think she's brilliant. I was super lucky that I pulled her quite early in my raid journey. And she was in every dungeon team, every Doom Tower team. Anywhere that I can use her in Cursed City, Hydra. I think I've got 2 of them. And I built them both. Yep, I built both of them. I don't use both anymore. But Duchess is so strong. I think she needs a cleanse. SKB, welcome. If you said hello earlier, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I 100%, that's how to fix her. Make the A2 a cleanse. And she would be brilliant. Yeah, no turn meter on the... yeah, that does suck. Full res without turn meter is brutal. Yeah, Rhea does look a bit unfinished. I don't have her. I didn't go for her. Where is she? I'm assuming she's Sylvan. Very weird looking champion. Rhea looks like the first form of a mythical. She looks like she's about to become more. But never does. Charles, greetings. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you, SKB, for tuning in. I don't know how many hours ahead you are, but I'm guessing it's a few. Okay, 1 minute, well, 2 minutes till live arena. I should have done faction wars, but there's not enough time. We wait. No, I haven't wailed on voids in, well, since that video, the Tection video, where I did spend like 50 quid. That was a bad idea. I just want to rip the remnants. I really want to pull them. I need Galathir. I need Raid to just say, look, we know you want Galathir. Here's your Galathir. Ah, challenge me second. I can't. Look at the clear times. I couldn't even do stage 1. Ah, so, okay, alright. Alright, smarty ass. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you. Pull remnants. Look, I have 0 willpower, and as I said at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to pull my remnants. I just didn't need to finish the fusion. So I might. I might just pull them. I might just do it. I will probably do it. It's a terrible idea, and I know I shouldn't, but I wanna. Okay, go to sleep. Not sleep, freeze. That Calamitous is probably a problem. Not anymore. Exactly. If I pulled Galathir, I would probably let out a little squeal. No, SKB, it's been haunting me for like 3 days. This recent fusion, actually, I planned it very badly. I ended up using a whole bunch of resources I really didn't need to. Yeah, Mohammed, tell him. Make him go away. Okay, end of the Nazis. That's fine. Oh, that wasn't very nice. Don't wipe to Cecilia. Oh yeah, totally for Tagoars. I mean, we all know how it's going to go. Okay, let's get that up. At least that gives us a little bit of protection. I'm quite worried about the duo. Let's just smack them, see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? But yeah, we definitely will pull remnants. Plus, if we can get some luck in Curse City, then technically I will have 5 remnants. So I could potentially get 5 Tagoars. Ah, stop reviving, you little... Yeah. That's pretty good, Mohammed. That's a solid build. Okay, who needs to die? This guy. I can't remember what that champ is, but he's really annoying. My Phoenix strategy does not work. I think he's the Unity for Knights Revs. Oh, no, we don't need that. We need to sleep you. Is that right, SKB? No, I'm waiting until the end of the stream. And sorry, second, I didn't see your message. I could get a dupe Mikage. I actually wouldn't be mad if I got a second Mikage. I'd rather get something I don't already have. But I could live with a dupe Mikage. I'll still bitch and moan and Karen my way through the rest of the stream. But I can think of worse. I would be absolutely seething if I pulled, like, probably any other mythical that I've already got. No, when was that second? I didn't see that at all. Yes, that's very true. Man's greatest friend. I wasn't even planning on doing this until I realized you can overhang. Did we get anything? Nothing. That's fine. Oh. Okay, computer freak out. Alright, let's get the goodies. Set that on, and then let's get in the arena. And see what souls are up for grabs. I'll tell you what I'm hunting for at the moment is an Elva soul. Of all things, Elva. And I haven't seen her pop up in a long time. Meh. Should we just do it? Yeah, I know you wouldn't. Oh, you can't see my mouse. It's spazzing all over the screen at the moment because I'm going psycho about it. Okay, well, whatever happens, it's going to put me closer. No, Mohammed, if I'm pulling them all. Like, it's just how it's going to go. Is the optimizer open? It is. Okay. Remnant pool number 1. Bringing Galathea home. Just the tip. I agree. Just the tip. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck. Deathless. Yeah, no, I can't watch either. I don't even want to watch. Oh, yeah. Big old... Brutal. One more to go. Plarium, man. Just like... Oh. Give me an epic then. Fucking hell. 4 epics. 4 really cool epics. But... Get fucked. Get monumentally fucked. Yeah, 4 Tagoars would look good. Yeah, SKB, to be fair, I was warned. Well, that was stinking horrible. Ugh. Let's have a much better time in Live Arena. Ugh. Day 5 million of no Galathea. Elusive little bloody bald-headed sparkly elf fucker. Right. What are you going to be, apart from choosing the 2 champions I wanted to choose? Let's go Mavara. I don't actually remember if I put Mavara in PvP gear. I guess we'll find out. You know what, SKB? I don't think I would make that trade. I do love Garrel. The way I look at it with Remnants is I'm going to pull them anyway. So the closer I get to Mercy, the sooner I can get to something that's slightly less disappointing. What? They've got no buffs, so we'll go Garrel and we'll go... We'll go Pred. He never comes out. My Mercy is now... Hold on. I've pulled 35 without a mythical, so I've got a 14.5% chance to get one. Oh, that is nasty. I'm going to have to risk the lockout. They're going to ban Tecteon. Now we play the hope and cope game. Damn right, Ark. It's my kind of beach party. Is Crixia going to go first? Okay, we're cooked. We're totally cooked. Wow, locked out Mavara. We are so unimaginably beyond dead. So we've got a switch. Alright, let's at least get rid of them. Yeah, Mohammed, that's always rough. That's always going to be rough. You're going to take Mavara. Oh, no, you went for Garrel. Interesting. Nice. Nice. I did not deserve to win that. Not even a little bit. Fred is disgusting. SKB, I don't know how fast my Mavara. She's not crazy fast, to be honest. Oh, what? That's going to be fun. Okay. So we've got to ban the Tecteon. Can't really do much otherwise. It's a nasty team. They stole my wife and my son. That's exactly what happened, Mohammed. Absolute bastards. All I can hope is because of the level of his account, he might not have the gear. But I've still got to get rid of Tecteon. He's kind of the main problem. They take Marius. Interesting. Yeah, exactly, SKB. That's the only thing. Ah, Mohammed, it kind of makes sense. I've been mistreating Mavara lately. She's not in my best Mercurial. So, level 93 account with 3 champions in triple Merc. Does anyone get locked out? Yep. Mavara does. That's good. Oh, lava. That's horrible. Okay, passive's gone. We should be fine. Predator is going to make you say goodnight. Yep. Yeah, I basically cheated on Mavara. I guess on the plus side, Lava, you've got the ability to buy stuff, but I know that does not fix the issue. That's a lot of saving. That's crazy, SKB. On my free-to-play, I came up against someone in Classic Arena that had, I don't know, his account was like level 41. He had a 6-star Hecaton, a 6-star Tecteon, a 6-star Palace, and I think it was a 5-star Arbase or something. And it just was not fun. Okay, so you take a Marius, so we won't play the Void game. We'll just do that. Not Pedro, believe it or not. Yeah, it could have been a bought account. We might even be able to check into Pedro's account. It's been about a month since I've been on it. See if he's been playing at all. He might not have been playing. It's brutal, isn't it, Lava? It's absolutely brutal. Okay, so they're going Lockout plus Glacier. Maybe if we play the speed game. We could go We'll go Garrel. What's that? Is that Fayne? I'm going to take away Talena because it's the only speed they've got. Even though we might struggle to lock them out, they're probably going to ban Tection. They do. We'll go Carnage lead. Excuse me. And hopefully just remove Pred's passive. You too, SKB, mate. Thank you for joining. Okay, who's going to get locked out and who is Glacier going to prevent from getting locked out? Everyone. Awesome. Awesome. Can't wait. Gonna be fun. Okay. My favorite counter to Predator probably is Carnage. Also Odin. No, yeah, Odin. Anyone that can put up block damage. Because even though his A3 can get through block damage, if the buff places, I find it's a little bit of a lifeline. Okay, that helped. That definitely helped. We are in a little bit of trouble, though. Okay, we're fine. Also, Tection is very good against Predator. But I think if you're going up against a Pred and you don't have what I would call like a meta counter, sometimes having resistance can help, because if he puts that Hunter's Gaze or whatever it's called on you, he can do really, really nasty damage. But you don't find many Preds built with a lot of accuracy. Pelops, yes, he's good. Lots of Glacier tonight. That's not very nice. So Solinar's up for banning because I just can't be arsed. We'll go the little midget. What's her name? Hilvy. In case they've got stone skin and we might be able to do some stripping. Kind of wish I'd gone for Nell instead, but we'll see. They're going to take Tection. See if the lockout does anything. Only Nyes, that doesn't really help. We're quite slow compared to their Marius. Yep, we're very slow compared to the Marius. That could be a problem. So can we survive the third hit? Or just about. Not with Garrel frozen. That's a bit of a pain in the arse. Okay, you've got to remove. Ah, that was a bad play by me. I messed that up. I really messed that up. Now we are open to Marius again. Do we go? We do. Okay. So the worst thing Marius can do now is Enfeeble. the freeze on the Garrel. We'll go for the steel. No, no good. No good. That Glacier is a massive counter to Garrel. Always gives me grief. We just need to get a Garrel turn. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Hilvy's great. I think for a lot of players as well, she was the first Mercurial champion. Say good night, Fabian. Not quite. Hopefully we don't freeze Garrel again. Not this time. Okay, we'll risk the counter attack, but we will hopefully get Theo down. Yep. So if Nyze kills anyone, but the passive is gone, so could have done without the resistance. Don't weak hit. Good God, thank you. Oh, that wasn't much fun. Feel like I've fought this guy before, or I recognize the name. Marius. Yeah, in fact, second, was it you that posted a screenshot? It rings a bell. Watch out for his now. Okay, let's take now. They've got buffs, so we could run now. We just need a good keep our arse alive champion. So either Mavara, Hilvy. Okay, they've got buffs. Close, yeah. Very close. We'll go Hilvi because we've already got a strong aura. We're lacking a bit in the damage department, but let's see what we can do. I'm kind of... I think they're going to go first. So I'm actually really tempted to just ban the Arbiter, but I'm also eyeing up the crew. I think I'm going to ban the Arbiter. Let's just play it, see what happens. They get rid of Nell. I don't think we're winning the speed race, but we might cut in. Hopefully we cut in. We might be in trouble if we don't. That is a deflection Gizmac as well. We do cut in. Okay. That deflection is kind of nasty. We're just going for that. I know it's double lockout. I just wanted to match up the taunt to poison cloud ratio. Guess we could hit and hope with Carnage. In fact, we might try and steal it. So Marius is going to go next. He is locked out, so let's steal the buff. Let's go for Marius with the petrification. Yeah, get rid of them. When he takes a turn, they will get a revive, but now we can do that. Yep, okay, passive's down, so they got no revive. Okay, not so bad. Nice. Okay, that worked. Good call on the Nell, by the way. Risky. I love the fact that you've got the archive. That is just a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. I'm sure, as soon as I saw that name Vlad, I'm like, I know you've linked a picture or a screenshot of him recently. Let's go full void. They will probably now be forced to take Tecteon, assuming that I'm going to take Fabian. And then we will run another Speed Aura champion, maybe Carnage, if they don't pick him first. If not, we'll go Arbase, maybe. Oh, is it back in January? Damn. Do it, David. I usually get sniped by someone in the stream. It's usually second. He likes to snipe me. Oh, so they're playing that game. So maybe I'll go Mavara. Ban this guy. They're going to take Tection out of the game. No, they ban Mavara. Interesting. Leaving me full void. Very interesting. Yeah, Tection is disgusting. Probably my most, like, go-to champion on my account. Yeah, I did consider just banning Pred, but I kind of just want to smash through them and see what happens. Nothing. That's all right. They are locked. Hopefully we get the Galathea. Nah, okay, so he's going to cleanse. That's all right. Okay, so we have to suffer the Pred hit. We have got block damage. Hopefully we can enfeeble. Yep. And some stun maybe. Yep, nice stun on the Galathea. Okay. Oh, close on the Gala. Nice. Galathea, you were supposed to be mine, man. Goddamn remnant shards. And no legendary book. Oh, that one. Okay. I wonder if they'll get to a point with the Gestor optimizer where you can run it whilst you're doing live arena and it offers up suggestions for counters. I wouldn't say it's outside of the realm of possibility. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just go fast. See what happens. Okay. I'm hoping we win the speed race. Kind of depends on the Siffy. Oh, second man, don't miss it. I very nearly missed it. Okay, locked out. Let's sort out you. Garrel's the biggest threat right now, so we'll go stuns, maybe. That's fine. Passives are down. Nice. I freaking love Carnage. I think he is utterly ridiculous. And if I ever got another Death Dealer, I genuinely think I'd put it on Carnage. Where are we? We've got one more battle for the chest. I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom, guys. I won't put you on music because apparently it was really loud the first time round. I'll be like 2 minutes tops. Be right back. Stare at the drums that I'll never play. Okay, we back. Adrenal. Also, second, where are you at now in points for LA? He's only 4-star. I reckon I can resist him with Siffy. That's decent, man. That is very decent. Okay, good. Good, good. Yeah, 700 seems about right. I feel like I'm a long way off. What's in the chest? Nothing. Pretty much nothing. Again, nothing. No speed. No speed. No good. Also, I don't like asking, but there's loads of you in at the moment. If anyone wants to like the stream, that would be well appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, do the subscribing thing. It's awesome. And it super helps out. I hate asking because I feel like a beg, but we're getting close to 5,000. Oh, damn, David, you're well far ahead. Tiki, I considered it, but I am so broke on reroll mats at the moment that I'm sort of trying to resist. Have I ever listened to Ren? Yes, I have been down the Ren rabbit hole. Big time. I think the first thing I heard by him was that High Ren that he did. But the thing that like proper blew me away was his cover of I Shot the Sheriff. That voice, I did not expect to come out of that human. He's brilliant. Okay, I think we can get around it if we just ban the Arbiter. Yeah, I'll take Arbiter out. That kind of neuters them a little bit. They take Siffy, that's fine. Yeah, he is truly one of those like little generational talents. I was a little bit put off at first because I find whenever the internet is raving about something, saying that it's the best thing in the world, it's normally not the best thing in the world. But I was proven very wrong by that. He is absolutely incredible. Ah, nice, Mike. Well, you never know. Second always manages to snipe me just like once a stream. So you never know. Nice. That's good. We can live with that. That's good. We like that a lot. Yeah, I'll do a countdown. So the time, I'll do it on the next minute. So the time is just coming up to 44. At exactly 45 on the second, so 60 seconds from now, I will queue. See if we can get a match. If not, I'll just get matched against second again and he'll beat my ass. How have these guys had the time or the patience? "43 of them have completed already. That's crazy. Okay, queuing in a few seconds. Boom. Show your crits. Great name. Oh shit, he's going to be fast. Let's try and match it. It's a very, very fast team. So he's running our bays with that aura. I might have to bring Nell, even if it's ban bait, and get rid of the lockout. That's about the only chance I've got. I don't really think Edward can do much. They ban the Siffy. That's a bit of a problem. So we're not going first. Scrubbalicious. It's going pretty good, thank you. Okay, Hilvy next, who cannot strip. But she can soften the Mercurial for Carnage. Okay, only block actives. That could be worse. Stun there. So Arbeys cannot lock me out. That did not do enough. Metamorph, but you're going to die. Yeah, that was not the smartest metamorph. I don't need more accessories, Raid. Please stop giving me accessories. Okay, interesting combo. Probably not much point in bringing Nell against Mavara. Predator. Sabriel. Nope. I did not see that, Tiki, but that sounds freaking horrible. I wish they didn't just freeze Predator. Ah, that's annoying. They've got the resistance. We haven't probably got the accuracy. Okay, not for Mavara, but for everyone else. 400 speed Predator is disgusting. Nice buff removal from Pred. That might do the trick. Yep. I don't know how Pred's buffs got removed at the start of his turn. Siffy, that's why. Okay. Do I think they'll ever re-release Pred? Probably not. I don't know if they will. Since the collab ended, I doubt Raid are going to want to reopen a collab with Alien versus Predator because it is, I guess, part of Fox. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still think that was one of the biggest curveballs I ever woke up to. Was nice, thank you for the win. Was waking up and seeing a video of Arbiter dressed in a Wayland Yutani like white onesie. I thought I was still dreaming. Yeah, true, Tiki. Actually, that is proper facts. They did bring back He-Man. And there is a new season of Alien Earth coming. So that could be a potential bit of a promo thing. I wish they weren't doing a new season of Alien Earth, but what can you do? I saw the thing about the Thor pass. I think that's a really good idea. Nah, man. I did not like Alien Earth. Apologies in advance to anyone I offend. But androgynous child retard robot with pet xenomorph is really not where I wanted the franchise to go. Like, under no circumstances was that where I wanted the franchise to end. Doesn't mean there weren't bits of it, which I thought were really good, because there were. But it really was not. Nothing about it felt alien. Yeah, I thought it started off with weird potential. Like, I wondered where they were going around about the first episode. It was either the first or the second episode where they end up in that big building and then there's all those people dressed as like Renaissance kind of people having a party. And I liked that because I thought, right, the alien is just going to run through you guys and you're all going to get absolutely just murked. And I really enjoyed that. But as soon as they started that whole, like, I'm a robot and, oh, fuck. I'm a robot and I can talk to an alien. I just thought, guaranteed you make it your pet. And lo and behold, she makes it the damn pet. And after that, I found it very difficult to take it seriously. And I also had quite high hopes for that episode where it was like kind of like the prequel, like how it all went off on the spaceship before they got to Earth. And I just think they played into the very cliche horror trope of everyone splits up, gets picked off individually in the most dumb ways. And I kind of thought we moved past that in about 2012. So I thought it was a little bit disappointing. And the ending was terrible. Okay, that went better than I thought it would. But also, on the flip side of that, I love Alien, so I'm willing to consume Alien content, even if I find it disappointing. I think the latest Predator movies were pretty bad. But I'll still just popcorn them and just chuck them on because it's fun. Which, thank you, second, actually leads to a segue. We are 15 days away. And on a couple of nights of the week, maybe even quite a few nights of the week, I'm going to be streaming the new Alien Fireteam Elite game when it comes out. So I think it comes out on the 25th, and I'm sort of working on making sure that I can stream my PlayStation 5 to this. And we're going to play the crap out of some Alien, and because I'm used to playing on a TV, I've never played Alien under headphones before, so I think that's going to be quite special. Probably quite scary, and I'm totally up for it. Even though I suck at anything scary, but it's going to be fun. We need speed. Hopefully we can go for Siffy. Okay. Pantectium? No, okay. Nah, it's arguably worse. I still think on the Alien front, I might hold one of the most treacherous opinions, and I think that Prometheus might be my favorite Alien movie, which I know offends a lot of people. No, Mohammed, I didn't get my apple pie. I decided to resist. I'm still thinking about it, but so far, no apple pie. And yeah, Tiki, game changer, isn't it? Death Dealer Garrel is just really good. Not at all. The first Alien versus Predator was so cool. What a great idea in the temple. I freaking loved that movie. I know, like, canonically it has its issues, but oh no, that's a great movie. Ah, just die. Come on, man. Yeah, Tiki, when you look at it from pure efficiency, it kind of makes the most sense. Like, all of those stats just scream Garrel. But I do really like the Death Dealer on Carnage as well. I really enjoyed that. But I found it made him a little bit too powerful, and sometimes he didn't place all of his buffs before the enemy died. So I kept spreading like one buff rather than three. Second, I think I'm running Eagle Eye on him, the 50 accuracy. I kind of value him more as just pure interference than I do any kind of damage dealer, but he does do pretty nuts damage. Oh, with the Crew Traxer, man, she bothers me. Seeing a lot of the same kind of team tonight. I know I'm running the same team every time, but... See, a tricky ban. I'm going to take him. I can deal with the rest, providing I don't get, like, hardcore locked out. We'll see. I'm probably going to get locked out. That was probably a bad choice on the ban. I probably should have banned Shuzen. I'm going to put her to sleep, not buff up. Good. That was a good call. Hopefully we can cut in before Talena. We can. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Very nice. There goes Fabio. It's fine. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Time is it? 2:04. We'll do one refill. And then we'll call it there. I forgot to check the tier 6 mastery on Carnage, but I'm 99% sure it's the Eagle Eye. Oh, Shuzen lockout teams are a big thing tonight. That's not a nice team at all. Do you ban the Crixia? Or do you ban the Shuzen? Oh, I've got to risk the Shuzen, I think. Oh, this could go very wrong very quickly. If the Crixia is faster than me, I think we're kind of cooked. Okay, she's quite slow. High resistance. That's a shame. That's a shame. So she's going to flip, reset everyone, screw me up in the process. We can take the 3 hits. But then there's Garrel. Ah, shit. No, we might be cooked. Okay, counterattack has gone. That helps. No, that's not good. That's not good at all. We've got to fake the revive to get the buff. Yeah. And now we can't use Tection's A1. And that's all we've got. So we're going to get Hecatoned to shit. Ouch. And again. Yeah, we're cooked. Game over. God damn. Well played, Stormian. You absolutely pushed my shit in. And brought an end to a very long win streak. Hecaton is nasty. Ah, you again. Show your crits. Okay, I'll leave Hilvy in because if they don't ban Marius, that's at least 1 stack of Mercurial down. With the temporal chains. I really, really struggle with Queen of Hearts. Just Hecaton in real life. Fair enough. What have they got? They've got no AoE, so even if they counterattack... Well, our base is AoE. Kind of got to go Void. I was thinking about running Nell, but what I thought is I would try. I think I still am going to ban Queen of Hearts depending on what comes up next. I thought about Nell, but I don't think... I just have a feeling Hilvy's going to be Mercurial. Possibly Carnage as well. Yeah, I'm still going to ban Queen. They're probably going to ban Tecteon. Or Marius. Yeah, they went for Tecteon. But we have got Fabian, so we can cut in if they buff up too much. Hopefully. Just depends how fast everything is. Okay, it's not too fast in our base. And yeah, Carnage was Mercurial. So yeah, there goes the stacks. We did get frozen, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. But we should get... Okay, that didn't do as much as I wanted it to. He's unfrozen. Lockout. Full round. Good. And now, hopefully, stun them all. No? Okay. But if he switches, everyone else dies. So he's got to A1. Hilvy to sleep. Good. And then hopefully petrify. Good. Okay, we're fine. Yay. Very nice. Very nice. But yeah, bringing Temporal Chains versus Marius is a little bit like bringing Valkyrie versus Marius. I made that mistake once and once only. I'm jealous of all of these people that have got the Mavara avatar frame. Now we can run Nell. Or run Mavara. Okay. Yeah, I ban the Galathea. I mean, I'm quite tempted to ban the Nyes, but... I mean, if I ban the Galathea, then Nell's kind of useless, but... Yeah, I'm going to ban the Nyes. They ban the Tecteon. Interesting. assuming the predator is stone skin, and assuming that Neve is in protection, we might be able to carnage our way through. Thank you for joining, Lava. I will see you very soon. Gamer's freaked out. Get the spread. Okay, passives down on Neve. Go on, buff up. It'll be funny. No. Very nice. That's what we like. That's why we like Carnage. Love you long time too, Mohammed, mate. I'm sure I will catch you very soon. Thank you for joining, as always. Oh, we just got predatored to fuck. That was a little bit spicy. Today on Dan Completely Underestimated Predator. Say goodnight. Oh, that sucks. Yautja! Oh, I got cooked by a predator, and there's nothing I can do. 1 turn left on the cooldown. Kind of need Carnage back, but Galathea's going to come back round. Oh, that did not go well. And if I bring Carnage back... Click him, thank you. Oh, why did you revive now? I was clicking Carnage, you slag. Yeah, we're going to die. I knew that would happen. Why did it revive now when I clicked Carnage? Or was Carnage blocked? Okay, that'd be why then. I was too busy raging at the Predator to notice. I think it's fair to say we might have lost this one, because as soon as I revive anyone, Carnage comes back in. Not Carnage, Marius. Yep. Cooked. Yeah, I completely underestimated Predator there. Not good. 2 more fights, guys, and then that is the end of the stream. Predator again. I love that screenshot you sent the other day, Second, where it was just like win, 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 win with a few losses in it, and all the losses had Predator. When he works, he works. When he doesn't, he is just dead weight. I wanted to go Marius. That's annoying. How bad is it going to be? Come on. Okay, interesting. Could ban the Donny and risk the Crixia? Yep. They banned. Okay, interesting. Now, if Crixia is in Supersonic, this plan is going to die. She might be in Supersonic. Is she? Yep, she is. We're cooked. We're totally cooked. Whoops. Complete. Walked into that trap. Something fierce. Okay, so we just risk it and slam them. That's fine. Yep. Put that fucker to sleep. How bad is Pred going to just destroy the whole team? Oh my god. That bad. That bad. It was a noble plan. It was just shit. This is my pity win. Thanks, Plarium. Yep. Predator is gross tonight. Last season, I found I didn't really fight any Predators. This season, he's all over the place. Okay, that will make it the last fight of the night, guys. Collect that energy. Where are we up to? So we made it to basically 400 points. Definitely about 400 behind where I'd like to be. But that's alright. It don't matter. Collect our stuff. Auto battle the... Is it? Is that event still on, or tournament? Gear Ascension is still on. That's good. We got our insulting rewards for ripping 4 remnants, which I'm obviously having deep regrets about now, but 4 steps closer to mercy. It was not meant to be. We've got all the energy we can throw at it. So yeah, guys, I'm going to pop that on, and I am going to love you and leave you and say good night. Thank you for joining the stream. Like I said earlier, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, all of that cringe stuff that I have to ask for, but it's just kind of the way it goes. So what's this week? No idea. I don't know what videos I'm going to release this week because I haven't actually made any yet. But watch this space because you just never know. So yes, thank you all for joining. I will leave you with some music that I am now turning down so it's not crazy loud, like the intro music. And yeah, guys, I will catch you all very, very soon. Peace.